friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you all about makeup that I have bought this year that I've kind of forgotten about. It's kind of embarrassing. Please don't judge me too harshly. I get so much makeup from BoxyCharm that I focus on using all the time for reviews, finding out if I like it, telling you guys about it, that I forget sometimes about the things that I've bought myself, and then it kind of goes into this big clutter dome of makeup, and then I have to go back and be like, oh, fool, use that if you like it, or declutter it if you've decided you don't. So let's get into all the makeup that I have forgot I bought this year. If you are new to my channel, hi new friends. I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos that I put out every single week. I like so much of the stuff that's sitting in front of me that I'm a little disappointed in myself that I have forgotten about some of these, but sometimes it's a seasonal thing, like, oh, I don't gravitate to this during this time of year. I'm gonna pull it back out maybe in the fall or winter now that we're in fall. But some of the stuff I'm also looking at and I'm like, I don't know if I love it, and maybe that's why I haven't reached for it. Let's see. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is a Wet n Wild product that I talked about right after I moved here into Florida, and it is this Wet n Wild palette. This is the Not a Basic Peach palette, and I actually do like this. It is a real booger to open though. I mean, why the struggle? Opening this baby was a B the day I got it, and it's a B even today, even after it's been used. So one, big strike. Two, this sucker is a little chalky and kind of powdery, but it is still good for drugstore, for the price, and for this beautiful color story. I really enjoy it. I just forget about it because one, the size, I think, in my palette drawer, it just kind of gets lost in the jumble. Some of my BoxyCharm eyeshadow palettes and stuff kind of started to overtake my life. So I really need to decide if I want to use this. Ooh, that's a beautiful orange shade. And I was just saying I needed more oranges. So like, this is beautiful. This transition shade is beautiful. I think I just thought that this transition shade up here was pretty chalky and pretty like powdery. So I kind of forgot about it. But look at this gold shade for fall. I mean, so many. These are really pigmented. Holy shit. I'm embarrassed I forgot about this. Like, I talked about it when I first moved here, and then it was like, okay, next, move along to the next thing. And that's why I really need to shop my stash more. And yes, I'm always gonna probably get BoxyCharm because I love them. And I have been looking at other subscriptions too that you guys have told me about. But I need to be mindful of shopping my stash more frequently. I want to play with these a bit more this fall. Ooh, that one's not so good. That color, not my fave. Oh, I think this one was one I also tried to make work and it wasn't working very well either. So this is kind of like a hit or miss palette a little bit, but how great is this color scheme for fall? So definitely need to put this top of mind October and November. Do you guys have this palette? I know some of you said that you thought it was really pretty too when I talked about it over the summer. This could be a good fall palette. I'm gonna use it more. Something else that was a really big topic in the springtime was something with Physicians Formula, and they came out with their butter bronzer collection. No, butter collection. They came out with their butter collection, and that was a big ass deal. It was like $11.99 for 4 of their products. 2 highlighters that were brand new to the market, and then a blush and a bronzer, and it depended on which one you got. And then they also had the perfume. Oh, the perfume. Forgotten about that. Forgotten about this perfume for sure. But also because I needed to depot that big palette, I put them over here into this palette that I own. And I've kind of forgotten about it. And that's why these kind of palettes are tough for me. Because when I am looking in the morning for a bronzer or a highlighter or a blush, I have a drawer for that I've shown you in my room tour that this doesn't belong to because there's no room for it. So this is actually in my big eyeshadow palette drawer because it actually has more eyeshadows than it does face products. So maybe I should consider getting another palette for these to go to. So like a smaller one to go in that drawer. That could have been my fatal error here. I have reached for these highlighters a few times now, and they are still good. One of them's more of a glitter bomb, one of them's a little bit more golden yellow than I was expecting, but they're still not bad. I just forget about these 4, those top ones right there. Do you guys that got that palette, and I know so many of you did, do you still reach for those? Okay, this is something, it's so funny because I got this foundation, I rated it in my foundation reviews, and then I started seeing a lot more reviews for it out, and this has been out for a really long time actually, and I've heard my friends in person and people online have 2 different thoughts on it. So I'm going to talk about it now, and it is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I got this the same time that I actually got the Butter Collection palette, and for me, unfortunately, I picked the wrong color. I was trying to go off of what I saw online and recommendations from other YouTubers. I got MN3, and it is a little too dark for me, first of all, but also the coverage is more light medium. You can build it up to a decent medium coverage, but I can never get it to last all day, and therefore I don't reach for it a ton. Well, I didn't have a great review for me from my Rate My Foundations video, but I forget about this. I forget about it a lot because it's not one of my favorites. It was kind of pricey, so I should be using it just to kind of like use it up so I don't waste it. But I just forget about it because it's not my favorite. This is a highlighter from one of my favorite companies, e.l.f. And e.l.f.'s baked blushes are really good. But this year, like last year, and I think the year before, I have gone down a highlighting rabbit hole with so many things. Wet n Wild, Ofra, I mean Physicians Formula. So this little guy kind of fell off my radar. This is Apricot Glow, and it is a good highlighter. It's just more subtle than some of the other things that I have. I did put it on like my face today on top of another highlighter. So I think like for just kind of like everyday wear, I forget to pull this out. But it is a good highlighter. In the springtime, I remember reaching for this so often, but then I just kind of like forgot about it. I need to put this back in my rotation. At least like even for like eyes, like that would be a great like inner corner on the lid shade. Oh, food for thought. Speaking of highlighters, I got this, I think from like a TJ Maxx. So this is a higher end brand that I didn't spend a lot on. And this is the Limelight Lorac highlighter. This is a light source illuminating highlighter, and clearly it's in the shade blue, so I didn't think I would reach for this all the time, to be fair. I mean, that is like a specific look you're going for, right? But I think I have done looks that I could have used this with, and I just kind of forgot about it, or I used the BoxyCharm highlighters that we got in the springtime that had a blue to them instead, when I should be reaching for this too. This is very consistent. It is very creamy. Look at that. It is like bam, bam, bam. It's not a bad highlighter at all, but again, this isn't something that you would reach for frequently. I mean, it's a blue. I mean, it was kind of like a thing for a minute to have a blue highlighter in your collection, and the only time I'd probably honestly wear it is either on the eyes or for a video for you guys. I don't know how often I would reach for this in a day-to-day basis kind of thing. I could though. I mean, I could see how I would do that because I got no shame in this makeup game, but I forget about it. This I also got, I think from like a TJ Maxx on sale, and this is a Neutrogena concealer stick. I got this because I had not used a concealer stick in eons and eons and eons ever since I got my ColourPop No Filter concealer. That is like my ride or die. So I got this with the intention to use it and to kind of compare and things like that. And I did use it like when I bought it for like maybe the first week after I had it. And then I think I just realized it wasn't as good as some of my other ones, my liquid ones, and I just kind of like tossed it. Now that it's starting to cool down a bit, I think what I'm gonna do is try to use this again and see how I like it for specific parts of my face. Like for example, I have oily skin and my nose, for some reason, no matter how much I set it with powder, no matter what I do with other concealers, this baby will be the first thing to break apart on my makeup always. I could be a couple hours in, the first thing, the rest of my makeup will be so put together, and then this baby will be like chunk off. Like, it's so annoying. I think I might try to use this and see how that works. Could be worse, could be better, but I never will know until I try it. NYX. This is something that I repurchased this year, and it is the Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. This is something that was like an old school fan favorite to like put in the waterline to make your eyes look bigger. I got this recently for that, but for other things too, like to put it all the way across the lid to kind of build up colors. I've just totally forgotten to use this. I don't know why, I have no excuses. I need to remember some of just the old school basic fun things to do with makeup, and a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk is the perfect way to do it. This is something I found in the drugstore, and this was a throwback to my old Carly Bybel days when I was watching her videos. I still watch her videos, but like religiously watched her videos, and she loved the Jordanna Tawny lip liner. I saw this on I think a Walgreens months ago, and I was like, I know you, I need you. And I purchased this for like, I think the second or third time in my life, because after I was watching Carly Bybel, clearly I went out and bought it when I was watching her, but then I forgot about it. And I honestly don't wear lip liners a ton, to be real, because I have a lot of liquid lipsticks that I still prefer to use. So I don't always remember to pull out a lip liner, and it's an extra step in the morning, and sometimes I'm lazy. But this really is a good shade to go with so many of the pinky nude lips that I wear. I actually wore it today because I was like, oh, pull this out and remember to use it. Especially when, like, for me, fall and winter is when I start doing more bold, well, I did bold makeup in summer too. I guess more bold lips is what I'm saying, because in summertime, I like a great nude lip to go with the bold eye. I say fall and winter is generally when I start pulling out the more berry lips, and this would be great with those. And the last thing I got, again, was something I got on a deal at like a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's, but it's a high-end brand, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Palette. I didn't know how this would go for me, and I mentioned that in a video over the spring because I do have oily skin, and I was like, am I gonna be like an ice cream cone melting in the sun in the middle of my workday with this? Who knows? And I actually really liked it. I was able to make it work well. I used specific brushes with it and could really like make a good look with it. But then summer came around and I stopped using it, and then I kind of like out of sight, out of mind, got pushed to the back of the drawer. I need to try to reuse this again and see if it still works for me, if it's something that I want to add more to my like full face routines, or is it something that I need to pass on? I don't know, I'm gonna have to see. But I'm so glad that I did this video so I can start using some of the makeup I myself have purchased this year that I want to try. That's not BoxyCharm makeup, that's not something that I'm like, oh, I better try this for a video, but stuff that I like. You know what I mean? I really want to be able to go back and be like, do I still really love these? Do you guys want an update on how I feel about these products? Let me know in the comments below, but also let me know in the comments what are some makeup pieces, if you can think of them. You may have to go through your makeup and go, I bought this like 3 months ago and I've hardly touched it. Why? You gotta shop your stash every now and again just for a little. I mean, you spent the money on it, you might as well, right? Use it, love it. Tell me if you like it, and then tell our friends down below if you like it, and then maybe they'll go buy it too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you happen to be new to my crazy channel, hi new friend, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I do every single week. Bye friends!